Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It is so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So we are back again for another episode of Max's Gut Choice. And I believe it's episode 10. My goodness gracious, 10 weeks of this already. Where is time going? Okay, so in brief, Mike gifted me this bag here from my Amazon wishlist earlier this year. And inside that bag were all of these tiny little bonbons. Now, these are Mira handcrafts. There we go. They are 100% acrylic, lightweight number 3 or a DK. They are 10 grams each and 22 yards or 20 meters, so they say. Made in China, wash up to 30 degrees, do not tumble, do not iron, do not bleach, dry clean using P, 3.75 to 4.5 millimeter needles, 4.5 to 5.5 millimeter hooks. This is not the nicest quality of yarn, just to be completely open and transparent with you guys. It is really low quality, generic acrylic. It is super stretchy as well. Not something that I want to have next to my skin. So it left me in a quandary of what am I going to do with them? And I decided to get my hooks out, have a little bit of a play around. And Tile of the Week Thursday had ended. I needed something for Thursday. So I'm like, I need to do something with these. Perfect opportunity. Played around and came up with a square. Now, the original square were 4 rounds of traditional granny clusters with a 5th round of half double crochet granny clusters and then finished off with a single crochet row. Now, for many, many episodes, I kept playing yarn chicken with these. There's about 60 of these in the bag, by the way. And I was getting sick to the back teeth of playing yarn chicken, because what I do is, after I have revealed what ones we're going to be working with, I sit and chat with you and make them live during the video with you. I was sick of playing yarn chicken, so in the end I decided to scrap that last single crochet row and I picked up this gorgeous beauty from my stash. This is I Love This Yarn print from Hobby Lobby. It was gifted to me in Happy Mail and I am so in love with this. At some point, I really do need to get a friend of mine in the US to grab me some more. These are 5 ounces or 142 grams, 252 yards or 230 meters, 100% acrylic. Made in Turkey, 5mm knitting needles, 5.5mm hook, so same hook recommendations, although this is a medium weight number 4 or an Aran. You can wash this one up to 40 degrees, you can tumble, do not iron, do not bleach, dry clean using A. Although, guys, with acrylic, as long as you are gentle and use low temperatures, pretty sure you can wash them in your machine and tumble dry. But you either follow the label or you do what you think is best. And this is in the colourway Candy Stick Stash. I absolutely love it. I do have a second one of this in my stash somewhere. I'm getting really close to the point where I am going to have to find that second one, because as you can see, we are getting low and floppy. I am using a 5.5mm dots, which is a recommendation for both of the yarns that I am using. And this is what one of the completed squares looks like. So again, 4 rounds of the traditional granny using double crochets, US terminology, a 5th round of half double crochet granny clusters, and then I'm using the gorgeous rainbowy yumminess for a single crochet border. I am hoping to put these on the front of Duke gift bags, which was an idea that I have stolen from Crafty Moo Sarah, so thank you, Sarah. Haven't got around to making any of those bags yet, but when I do, I will of course showcase them. And the way that, or the reason why this is called Max's Gut Choice, is because other podcasters have got their family members involved with some of the makes on their channel. I really love that idea. Max was on board with helping me with that. So actually it is Max that picks the colour bonbons out of this bag. So it's Max's choice, and Gut comes in because as a child we had a family little dustbin. My old childhood one was silver, this one is black. And we used to have all of our winter gear in here, hats, gloves, scarves, etc. And it was called Gut because you stuff your gut, right? It was just a family nickname, silly family story. And one Christmas, my mum gifted me my very own Gut. So Max will pick from here, and he knows that he can pick whatever colours he wants, and he can either pick 1, 2, or 3. And he will put them in here without me knowing, secretly, when I'm out of the way, and I discover with you in real time on this video how many and what colours he has decided to choose this week. So Max's gut choice. So I hope that explains it. And then once I've revealed what's inside, I will sit and make the squares with you. So that is the explanation of Max's gut choice. I have never snuck a peek. I have never accidentally caught him doing it. He is very ninja-like and he does his role very, very well. Sometimes he has reasons for his choices. Other times he just grabs something out of the bag and shoves it in the bin. He's 12. He's just doing this for his mum. And sometimes I'm like, you need to feel gut. And he's like, oh, okay. But most of the time he is happy to help. So do we have 1, 2, or 3? And what colours do we have this time? I wonder. I do not know. I love the surprise just as much as you do. So 1, 2, 3. It's another 3-weeker. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have a black. We have a weird pinky colour. And we have an orange. So you better go and grab a drink and a snack because this is going to be a longer one. Okay, but now that I am only doing the 5 rounds and I add this off camera, guys. So I'll fasten off, weave in my ends and do this off camera. We're only actually making the body of the square together. If you are sensitive to camera movement, look away. I'm going to move the camera in 3, 2, 1. Okay, you can now look again. The camera has stopped moving. I'm going to get the black out of the way, guys, because we all know that black can be not our favourite colour. And we are going to get cracking. So, I really don't have an awful lot to chat about, and I've got 3 colours worth to chat to you. So, I am just going to have to pluck stuff from the top of my head because... confession time, I am actually filming this episode nearly 2 weeks in the past. I am being a little sneaky with my filming. It just helps me to batch record when I have the time to do so and schedule them out in the future, because then I don't have the pressure of filming and content to create on a daily basis, because I can't work like that. I have explained before. And if I'm ahead of the game, it gives me more time to make further content for you, and also means that I'm ahead of the game in other aspects of life as well, because I know that the channel is sorted for a certain period of time in the future. So I am indeed actually filming this episode the very next day to last week's episode. So I've done 2 episodes of this back to back, but for this episode nearly 2 weeks ago. So you are actually in the company of Manfa from the past. Ooh, the magic of video, the magic of time travel. But I'm always honest with you guys, so I don't mind telling you the secret. It doesn't always work out that way, but I've had the opportunity to get a bit further ahead than I normally do, so I'm taking that opportunity and running with it. It is a Sunday when I'm filming this. I have dropped my eldest to work. I then popped into my mum and dad's because 2 weeks ago they've just got back from a week away in Ireland with my auntie and uncle. So I wanted to catch up, you know, how their little holiday went and, find out all the details about that, how much of a nice time they've had. And also, my two little nephews were there as well, so I got to have a little bit of Auntie Sam time. Although the 2-year-old will insist, if you ask him, that actually my name is Asisa. So, so yes, I had some Asisa time today. But like I said, this is 2 weeks ago, guys. So I had a bit of good quality time with my loved ones, as I say on my outro. What did I get up to? I played a couple of games of Snap with the 7-year-old, 6, 7. I can never remember. Terrible auntie I am. I think he's 7 now. Because that was his present from my mum and dad's holiday. Nana and Grumps got him a new game of Snap. So I played 2 or 3 games of that with the older one. And then with the little one, we played with his little toy cars in his garage for a little while, which was quite cute. Yeah, just nice little family catch up. I think I was only there for about hour and a half-ish. But it was nice. It was nice to catch up and see everyone. Normally we would have had our roast dinner with them because this is the weekend. We go every other weekend to my parents for a family roast because my nephews are there, and obviously my brother, which is my nephew's dad, is there as well. But I thought that because they had only got back from Ireland yesterday, that we would sort ourselves out because they would be really tired from traveling and having the day with my nephews and stuff. I said we'll sort ourselves out. We'll just come the next time we're due to come and start again with that little routine that we have. So yeah, I spent a little bit of time with them, which was lovely. And then I came home, did a little bit of putzing, as I've heard some of you call it. Made Mike and I a cup of tea and we had a little bit of a chat, telling them about, conversations I'd just had with my parents and stuff, catching him up because he was home here. When I got back to a freshly cleaned house because Mike had been busy while I was visiting. So that was lovely. Meant that I didn't have to do any of that, which was wonderful. He has just finished prepping our roast dinner. It's not cooking yet. It's a bit too early to cook it, but it's all prepped and ready to go. And he's now currently in the shower because he's had a busy morning, which I'm very grateful for. So I thought I would do a little bit more filming because a window of opportunity struck. Like I said, the eldest is at work. He's at work until 6 p.m. So he'll have his dinner later. We'll save him some. My middle boy is up in his space, just having a chilled Sunday, getting ready for another week of school ahead. Mike's daughter is doing the same. And Max is just the other side of the door that's over there, playing on his VR headset, having a little bit of virtual reality fun. So if you do hear some strange noises or some bangs or whatever, he's just punching me vacuum cleaner like he always does when he's playing on that thing. Or he's talking to his little friends in the headset. So there is, there might be life noises going on in the background, but I am a mum of 4 and we have a busy household, but that's okay. I know you guys understand. So that's what's going on. Having a nice Sunday. Once I've finished filming what videos I want to film today, I will go and have a nice shower, get into some fresh pajamas and have a lovely Sunday late afternoon, early evening crocheting with a yummy roast dinner thrown in as well. So yes, I love those kinds of Sundays. We're all together, but we're all kind of doing our own thing and stuff still getting done, but at a relaxed pace. And, chores are being ticked off, but not in a stressful, rushed way. And then we'll all come together and have a dinner. And then just have a really chilled late afternoon and evening before the normal week routine starts all over again. So yeah, it's an okay day. Hope you've had, you're seeing this on Thursday, so I hope you've had a wonderful week so far. For me, that week hasn't even come into existence because once again, I'm filming this 2 weeks ago. But I always hope you guys have good weeks, good weekends. It's what I want for everyone. I think it's really important to have enjoyment and fulfillment in your life as much as possible. Yeah, we need to seek out the joy wherever we can, guys. That is for sure. Yeah, so I am obviously thinking about content for next month, October. Mind you, are we already in October when you see this? We might, yeah, we'll be in October by the time you see this. So, I was thinking, because I have got quite a few newbies here, which is awesome, that I would do a question and answer video. Now, I don't know quite when in October it will air, but I was thinking in the comments of this video, you could maybe put some questions you have for me to answer on a future video. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm on the half double crochet row now. I've done it on my channel a couple of times before, and I like to do those videos every time I get an influx of newbies, because the OGs that have been here from the beginning or for quite a while, you will know quite a bit more about me than maybe some of the newbies do. Oh, look at what I've just come across. Absolutely shocking. That some of the newbies may not know quite as much about me, so I thought I would give everybody the opportunity to ask whatever burning questions you have. Now, I always, when I plan to do one of those videos, I always kind of put a disclaimer of try not to ask anything too personal. You know, I'm a pretty easygoing, open book, but at the same time, I do need some of my life to remain personal and private, which I'm sure you can understand. So I just undid that knot, guys, and I'm just joining it in. So I'm going to have extra tails to weave, but it's all right. But yeah, I'm pretty easygoing. I will answer most things that people like to know. And I thought it was just a good opportunity for some of you to get to know me a little better. So if there are questions that you would like to ask, please feel free to put them in the comment section of this video. And then in a week or so's time, maybe, not entirely sure, I will do a video answering those questions for you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there are other Q&A videos here on my channel. I don't think they've got their own playlist, but they are there somewhere. If there is a playlist, I will of course put it in the description box, but I'm pretty sure there isn't. I don't know. I know I have a thumbnail for it, but I don't know if I have a playlist for it. And I will do my best to answer the questions that people ask, and it can be anything from like favorite colors, favorite food, what holiday destinations I've been to, what jobs I've had in the past. A favorite that crops up every time is how did me and Mike meet? And yes, I'm prepared to tell that story again if some of you don't know and want to know. And those of you that do know, you know. Just anything really. My likes, my dislikes, my dreams, my hopes, my wishes, anything pretty much. Like I said, as long as it's not too personal and private, I will more than happy answer those questions. So there you go. Here's your opportunity, guys. Get your thinking caps on. Try and think of things that you would like to know about Manfa and Manfa's life. And we will get that video done and uploaded for you all soon. So yeah, I look forward to see what questions you want answers to. I won't script my answers. I will obviously write the questions down so I've got, a reference, but I'm not going to script answers. You know that I don't edit. You know that I don't pre-plan things. I just turn the camera on and just go with it, go with the flow, and I am always honest and truthful in anything that I put on my channel, so go for it. And what the answer comes out is the answer that it is. So yeah, that is a future video that I've been thinking of doing. I've been toying with it for quite a while now because I have had obviously influx of newbies, which is awesome. I hope you newbies are enjoying the channel so far. I hope you do stick around. And obviously, those of you that have been here for a while now, I obviously appreciate the fact that you've stuck with me for this long. Don't quite know why, but I appreciate it just the same. So yeah, that is a future video that I need your help with making. Okay, guys, that's the black. And I didn't drop that bonbon on the floor. It's a miracle. So there we go. It's hard to see black, I know, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4 traditional rounds and then the half crochet round. And like I said, I will add the Beautimus off camera, but it is gonna pop lovely with that black. See, I spoke too soon. I've now dropped the end of that bonbon on the floor. I jinxed myself. Oh, and I didn't show you that I did put the edging on last week's. So last week we had a cream and a brown. And there we go, as promised, edged and all ends weaved in and ready to go. Finished completely to add to our ever-growing stack of gorgeousness. So I did do that, and I'll do these before next week's episode as well. Right, now we're going to go with this colour. Now, this colour is really weird. It is pink, but I can't tell whether it's like a red undertone, an orange undertone. It's like a salmony mauve. Very strange. But I love pink. So is this my favourite shade of pink? No. But it's pink and I welcome it with, like I do all the other pinks. I am a pink lover. Yes, yes I am. So there we go. Going to get this one started. So yes, what else can we talk about? Okay, so again, remembering that I'm filming this 2 weeks ago. Autumn is definitely here, guys. Summer has officially ended. Not that we had much of a summer anyway. If you know anything about the UK, you will know that our weather is pretty rubbish year round. I mean, it depends what part of the UK. My part, down at the bottom in Cornwall, there isn't a lot of hot sunny days. There isn't a lot of traditional summer weather at all. We get the odd maybe week burst and a week long burst of it and the odd day here and there, but mostly our summers are not anything like what some of you guys have to endure every year. For me down here in Cornwall, there are many more grey, overcast or rainy days than anything else. But autumn is definitely on the way. The leaves have changed. They're already falling off the trees. We're getting proper rainy, autumnal drudge at the moment. And I don't mind too much. Autumn is actually my favourite season because of the colour changes and how pretty it is. And, those crisper, cooler mornings and, snuggling up under a comfy blanket or a hoodie, or letting the bad weather rage outside while you're all warm and snuggly and cozy indoors. Love that vibe. Love it, love it. I am a massive tea drinker, hot drink drinker. And autumn is where I sometimes switch it up with the odd hot chocolate. Um, and obviously, it's in the countdown to Christmas. And I know some of you aren't ready to think about that yet, but I need to be thinking about it. Um, so yeah, when it starts turning, autumnal, I the Christmas excitement starts for me, because Christmas is my absolute favorite time of the year, without a shadow of a doubt. I have always loved it, and I will always love it. I obviously loved it when I was a child. What child doesn't love Christmas? Um, and I thought that, in my teenage years and my early adult years, well, actually more my teenage years, because I was actually a mum myself in my early adult years. I thought, oh, the magic of Christmas is dwindling. That excitement isn't there anymore. The gifts change, and you know what I'm trying to say. But then when I became a mum, when I had children of my own, all of that magic came bursting back tenfold, because it is one thing being a child yourself at Christmas, but to then see the excitement, the joy, the magic, the glow of wonderment on your children's faces at Christmas time is just top tier. Like, everything life is about, it is just amazing. And I will love my memories of my children when they were small at Christmas. Can't beat it. I wish I could, bottle it up and, keep it forever and relive it. But yeah, honestly, I just love it. And now it's nice as well, because I've got younger nephews. They are younger than my children, being 7 and 2. That magic and that wonderment and that just pure Christmas glow is very evident with those two little boys. And oh, it is just everything to me. It's just wonderful, and it brings a lot of comfort and joy and warmth to my heart that cannot be matched by much else, to be honest with you. Still, as an adult, I love Christmas lights. I love the seasonal scents when you go into shops. Just love the whole atmosphere, the build up to it, even the stress, even the cost, even the slightly negative sides of it. It is just all encompassed in one packet, and I love it just every single year. And the magic for me will never ever die. Um, I am an adult believer. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. I love it. I love everything about it. And I'm one of those people that, yes, I enjoy receiving gifts. What person doesn't? Um, but for me, there is nothing better than when you have picked something out for someone, you've wrapped it, it's a secret, it's a surprise, only you know what's hidden under that wrapping paper or in that gift bag, and they open it and their eyes just light up with surprise and wonder and joy, and yeah, I can't believe you got it for me, thank you so so much. And seeing them just totally get absorbed in whatever the latest craze is that you've got for them, and they don't put it down, and they eat, breathe, live, sleep it for the next few weeks to come, sometimes beyond. I love gifting way more than receiving. Receiving is lovely, receiving is awesome, but the gifting means even more and gives me so much more than me getting. So it's prime time for that Christmas, isn't it, eh? So Yeah, I did do a video, I think it was last year, where Mike and I talked to you about some of our family Christmas traditions. And a lot of you loved that video. Um, if you want to try and go back and find that video, we have some very quirky family traditions in some aspects, um, but it's always amazing. And for me, Christmas is always at my parents' house, what I call home. It's always going to be my home. I know I have this house that my family are in, but home for me is always my mum and dad's. And I even say I'm just popping home to see mum, or I'm just popping home to see dad. Um, we spend Christmas at my parents' every year. I mean, over the years, there's been a couple of times where we haven't, but those years are just rubbish in comparison. Um, for as long as my mum and dad are willing to host Christmas, we will be going to my mum and dad's for Christmas. We stay there for 2, 3, 4 days. There has been times where we've stayed a week. And it is my favourite quality time with my loved ones. It really is. Um, just love it. I love all the hype, the excitement, happiness. And I'm so lucky that I have got happiness in my Christmases still. I still have that, opportunity to still have that with everyone I love and still experience that. I am obviously very aware that as more time passes, we will get to a stage where some of these things won't be possible anymore, and Christmas might not be quite such a happy occasion. But while I've got it, my gosh, am I clinging onto it tight. I'm not letting it go. I'm like a dog with a bone. Because, my parents will say, surely you just want a Christmas by yourselves as your own little family. I'm like, nah. No thanks, we'll be here as normal. But they've even said that a couple of times where we have tried that in the past, it's just not the same. It doesn't feel right. It's not right. Um, so yeah, they're just as hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm getting carried away, guys. I'm getting carried away. It's 'cause I'm talking about Christmas. 1, 2, 3, yeah. They're just the same. They're just the same. Christmas means an awful lot to my parents as well. So I think, for as long as they can continue to do it, they definitely will. So yeah, Christmas is just everything to me. I know some of you watching are more into Halloween, and that's absolutely cool. That's what makes the world a wonderful place, right? That we're all different and we have all of our different preferences. Um, feel free to have a differing opinion to me. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope I haven't offended you by talking about it. But it is a big part of me, and means a lot to me. So, I am going to talk about those things. But I respect if, Christmas isn't a thing for you. It's not a big deal. I just hope that you respect that I'm okay to talk about it here because, it's a big deal for me. But yeah, so I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I know it's, costly, and, you run around like headless chickens trying to find gifts for everyone and all of that wrapping, but I just love all of it. I even love the negative sides of it, honestly. So the fact that we have definitely started getting into our autumn phase in my little part of the UK, it is it is sparking that little Christmas flame in the back of my brain. So yeah, that could be another conversation point down below if you want. Tell me what your favourite holiday of the year is, or tell me what you love most about Christmas, seeing as I've discussed Christmas today. Yeah, it's really interesting. I love hearing about how other people do their Christmases as well. I really do. Oh, there we go. Bonbon on the floor. Bonbon down. Yeah, I find it fascinating, all the different traditions, all the different ways of doing things. Sometimes, I've incorporated other people's traditions and made it a tradition for us because I just love the idea or the concept so much that I want it to be a part of what we do. Um, yeah, it's wonderful. And it's one of my happier memory banks that I've got in my brain of Christmases gone by. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit excited about it, can't lie. Something just pure and positive, especially at the moment with a bit of, with all the doom and gloom that I've got going on. It's nice that I'm still able to think about that positive point on the horizon. So clinging on to anything that makes me happy at the minute, guys, not gonna lie. So yes, right, that's the mauvey pinky salmony one done. Once I slip stitch to join, there we go. Here we go. I will add its edging on, like I said. Oh, that's not a bad stitch. There we go. Show you like that. It looked like I had really messed up then. But no, there we go. So I'll pop the edging on that one off screen as well. And now we've just got the little orange one to do. So there we go. Apologies if you can hear my tummy rumbling. I am hungry. I haven't eaten yet today. My roast dinner will be the first thing that I eat. And I'm going to enjoy every mouthful. I do love a good roast dinner. And I do know that roasts here are different to roasts across the pond. That's okay. Again, we all do things differently. And Mike does cook a bloody good roast. He really does. We're having chicken today because chicken is Max's favourite. And he got a big win in his soccer match that he played yesterday. Again, remember 2 weeks ago. So we thought, to celebrate a little bit more, we'll have his favourite roast dinner. So we are having roast chicken. And when my children were little funny side note, why not? They would ask, what roast is it? Because we can have chicken, pork, beef, gammon sometimes. Lamb's my favourite. We used, when they were little, they would say, oh, what roast is it? And we'd say roast chicken. And when they were really tiny, sometimes they would get their animals confused. And they would say, what's roast chicken? So I would say, roast chicken, buck, 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 buck. And it very quickly turned into, we're having roast buck, buck. So... So for many, many years, and still occasionally to this day, if one of the kids ask what's for dinner, I'll say, oh, we're having roast buck buck. They look at me like I'm crazy, but I think they secretly like it. That I'm still, bringing those old school family quirks and sayings into our conversation still. I'm never going to let it go. It's always going to be roast buck buck. Buck buck. Roast buck buck. So, yeah. Roast buck buck. I'm gonna love it and enjoy it. Like I said, Mike really does cook a good roast. He's quite a good cook, actually. I'm very lucky. I hate cooking. Absolutely hate cooking. I get no joy from it whatsoever. And I know a lot of people find that madness because I know a lot of you do get pleasure and joy from cooking. Yeah, I'm not one of those people, guys. I'm really not. Occasionally, I'll get a flea in my ear that I want to do some baking. Out of all of the cooking, baking is something that I enjoy a little bit more. I'm still not going to say it's a favourite pastime or a love of mine, but when I get a flea in my ear or a little inclination to do some baking, I do enjoy it in that moment. And then it'll probably be about 6 months until I do any more. But for that moment in time, I do enjoy my baking. Mike's not so good at the baking. He's better at the traditional meals cooking. So we balance each other out in that way as well, I suppose. I'll do all the cakes and the pastries and stuff, and he can do the main course. So, but yeah, he doesn't mind cooking. It doesn't bother him. It doesn't annoy him. It doesn't wear him down. And he does the majority of the cooking actually. So I'm a very lucky girlie in that respect. And his roasts are way better than mine. They don't quite beat Nana and Grumps's though, my mum and dad's. If you ask the kids, they feel really awkward answering that question because, Mike's is really good, but they do prefer Nana and Grumps's, but they don't want to hurt Mike's feelings and pick Nana and Grumps over him. So they normally say Nana's, but Mike's is a very close second, and it really is. It's absolutely delicious. And if you're wondering why my children call my mum and dad Nana and Grumps, it's because I had Connor when I was 20. I had my first child when I was 20, and my mum was only 42 at the time, so she was a very young grandma. And she didn't like granny, grandma, made her sound too old. She's only 42. But she also was a bit meh about nan or nanny. So then I suggested Nana because I thought it was really, really cute, imagining, a little toddler, Nana. And all she could think at the time was of the dog in Peter Pan. The dog was Nana, and she obviously looked after the children. She was like, I don't want to be named after a dog, blah blah. It took her ages to warm up to it. But, I kept reminding her that she doesn't want to be gran or granny because it sounds too old. And she's not fussed with nan or nanny. So I just kept plugging away at it. And I think because my eldest, his first word actually was Nana. Not mum, not dad, not mama, dada. It was Nana. That cemented the deal for her. She is Nana and will forever be Nana. So it was more of a cute, younger grandparent name for her. And then again, although my dad is older than my mum, he was about 50 when I had Connor. It's still quite young to be granddad. And I suggested, well, what about Gramps? And he was like, it still like conjures up images of, a much older gentleman with white hair and a walking stick and that sort of thing. And then Mum said, well, if anything, he's going to be grumpy granddad because he's always grumpy. And then I said, well, instead of Gramps, what about Grumps? So that's where Grumps came from. They've got their Nana and their Grumps. So there you go. And they are hugely important to all of our lives, massively. They are my life source, other than my children, of course. I mean, I've told the story before of how this channel even got its name, and that is courtesy of my dad as well, in a roundabout way. His nickname always for me growing up was Manf or Manfa, because my name is Samantha. So for short, he would just pick the middle letters of Samantha and call me Manf or Manfa. So hence Manfa's Makes. So yeah, my dad has an in lots of different ways. He's a wonderful, wonderful man. So, and again, I'm lucky about that as well. Couldn't have wished for better parents, guys. Couldn't have wished for better grandparents for my children, honestly. They are awesome, and we are very, very close, which again, I know I'm super lucky to have that. I thank my lucky stars every day, and I can't even imagine a world without them in it. And for the time being, I don't need to, and I'm going to make the most of every moment of that. So, yeah, we've had quite varied conversation today, guys. I love it. Do you guys have unusual names for your grandparents, or do your grandkids call you something unusual? Let me know. I have heard lots of variations over the years. I've heard even more variations since I've become a part of YouTube, because there's names that you guys use over in America that I'd never heard of, like Mimi. 2, 3, 4. You know, different countries have different names as well. Like, you know, I think in Italy it's Nonna. Yeah, it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. I've already decided that when it's my turn to be a grandparent, I am also going to be a nana. And I am trying to persuade Mike that it will be really cute if he's going to be Pops, Nana and Pops. Because obviously Mike isn't the father of my boys. So, you know, there isn't that blood tie there. But he has obviously had a big hand in raising them, because we've been together for 7 years now, nearly. It'll be 7 years in December. And my eldest is 16. So yeah, he's been around for quite a while. You know, super important to us all. So he deserves his own name within his own right. So I thought it would be cute that we could be Nana and Pops. I mean, I hope I have a few more years before I have that title. But yeah, we've talked about it. We've had these conversations. So yeah, hopefully one day Mike and I will be lucky enough to be Nana and Pops. Who knows? Who knows what the future brings? I'm glad we don't know in some respects. But yeah, if I am blessed with grandchildren, I'm going to be a Nana. So there we go. Right, I am just, I saved the bonbon from falling on the floor. I'm just coming back around on this last row. So we are very, very nearly done. Didn't take as long as I thought it would, which is awesome. I think it helps that I'm putting that final single crochet round on off camera. But like I said, I do come back and show you that I've done it. And I like that variegated is bright and colourful, and it draws out some of the colours in the main body of the square, but it ties them all together and unifies them all as well. I'm glad I had that thought, and I'm glad I picked that yarn. This is turning out to be a much better project than I first initially anticipated. So it is evolving into more than I originally thought, and improving week on week. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how this is going. Again, as always, another big thank you to those that are kind of joining in beside me. It's not a crochet along, it's not a make along, but some of you are making squares with me, which is awesome. Love hearing about it, love seeing them. Yeah, it's turned into another one of those organically created community things. And that just proves how wonderful and loving and supportive you guys are in this community. I would be totally lost without you all, and I genuinely mean that. There we go. Orange one done and dusted. So there we have it. We have done our 3 skeins. Yay. And less than 50 minutes. Awesome. However, I do always warn you to go and get a drink and a snack, because we might be a while. So yes, orange, weird mauvey salmony pink, and black are all ready to be fastened off, ends woven in, and this gorgeousness put on the edge, which as soon as I turn off the camera, that is going to be the first thing that I do when I'm able to sit and craft. I do have more videos to film, but yeah, once the videoing's done and I've had my shower, that is going to be the first thing that I do so that I know it is completed and ready to show you next week. So guys, I hope you have a fabulous weekend ahead. Thank you so much for sitting and crocheting with me today. I really enjoyed it. Don't forget, if there are questions you want to know about me, if you want to know a little bit more, feel free to pop those questions down in the comment section and I will do that video answering those questions in the very near future. But yeah, I hope your weekend turns out to be everything you want it to be. And I will see you next week, Monday to Thursday, as normal. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love you loads.